Cheers! Welcome to Movie Bitches.
Movie Bitches.
Oh boy.
Episode 289. Tonight we are reviewing The Beekeeper.
The way you reviewing.
I know why. I started to. I was going to say tonight we're watching, and I was like, no, that's not what we're talking about. Tonight we're talking about The Beekeeper, the Jason Statham.
Oh, but first things first.
Oh yes, of course.
Of course.
Shout out to our Patreon. I was going to say wine sponsor, and I'm like, we're not even drinking wine. They said bees.
It's okay.
This movie broke me.
Oh boy.
First things first.
Yeah.
Shout out to our Patreon supporters. $5 a month gets you ad-free early access. $10 gets you access to our viewing parties. We didn't do one of this, and you know what? You're welcome. That was the right choice.
I mean, I do think that watching it with us would elevate the experience.
Oh, I don't think so because we were fucking bored for most of it.
Well, we talked through most of it,
We did.
but I think that would elevate the experience.
Maybe.
You know, we had to elevate our experience, right? But it's still like don't. It's not worth it.
No, I would say you can skip this, but second,
Right.
make sure to subscribe.
Yeah.
Share. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Letterboxd. I would give this a 1.5.
That was exactly what I was gonna say.
Great. Yeah. The Beekeeper.
The Beekeeper.
Jason Statham.
I think I'm out.
I get it.
I like Jason Statham. I think he's a fine action star.
Yeah.
I think he can act when he has a good script, but the movies he's picking,
Yeah.
they're so boring and dull and dour and just like bleak and shot gross and just like bleh.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I'm in on it. Like the allure that people seem to find with these movies, it's not cutting it for me.
Right, like the Meg didn't like. Bored.
No. Mechanic Resurrection, which I think we were the only two people in the world that saw, boring. Not good.
No, the beginning was great.
Michelle Yeoh couldn't even save it.
Yeah, no, that's right. Wow.
And Minnie Driver couldn't even save this movie.
Well, Minnie Driver was here for
boy.
half a minute.
She filmed for exactly one outfit change.
Yeah,
and
she was there
left.
for maybe a Judi Dench and a half. I don't know. She was there for maybe a day and a half of filming.
Yeah.
That was it.
So, right, The Beekeeper from 2024. You know, basically I would say watch the trailer. The trailer was dumb.
Yeah.
He's a beekeeper who's also an action guy, and they're going to milk the joke of saying the word beekeeper.
Oh my God.
I keep bees. I told you I'd take care of bees. I'm a beekeeper.
I guess he's a, bee lover.
The beekeeper.
A fucking beekeeper.
As he says, he's a beekeeper. You've disturbed the beekeeper.
Oh, okay. So fucking what? Why do I care if the guy keeps bees?
If a beekeeper says you're gonna die, you're gonna die.
You're beekeeper?
Of a beekeeper.
A beekeeper? The current active beekeeper.
The current active beekeeper.
Beekeeping for beekeepers.
Beekeepers. Beekeepers. Beekeeper. Beekeepers. Not unlike bees themselves. Beekeepers.
Beekeeper. It's what beekeepers do.
That beekeeper?
Beekeepers.
Some fucking beekeepers.
The beekeeper.
It's just a beekeeper.
Yes, not that beekeepers exist, but Mr. Clay does keep honeybees.
This is the fucking beekeeper. Beekeeper, huh?
It's gone far enough. You proved your point. Beekeepers.
I mean, that's the only joke.
But it wasn't really a joke. It was just.
But
I mean, it was a joke to me.
To me.
To me.
Because of the fact that they kept saying it so often. But I don't know if it was intended as a joke.
I think that was like the humor.
He's a beekeeper. Oh.
He's tending the bee metaphors were really.
Oh, yeah, a lot.
This movie didn't have any sort of examination of itself, and it shouldn't. But
no, but like.
Wow, the lengthy bee metaphors and the. Really terrible script.
Yeah,
just
really awful.
Dude, bees are interesting little shits. Did you know that?
I didn't
Awful.
bother to look, but I assume it was written by a man.
It was. I glanced at his IMDb. He wrote the remake of Point Break and maybe an Equalizer and the remake of some other action something or another. And I'm not sure. I was thinking, because it turns out, spoiler alert, don't watch this movie.
No.
The point of this movie that the queen bee in this scenario is the president of the United States,
Right.
who in this movie is a woman,
Right.
and Jason Statham needs to take out her, what did they call it?
The bad workers.
The bad seed.
The
Whatever.
inappropriate, unacceptable male
Offspring, right?
Yeah.
Her Hunter Biden, okay?
Jared Kushner type
It was just,
situation.
it was all of it. It was all of it. It was confused. That's what I'm saying. It was like, what is it telling me? What is it saying? But the fact that Jason Statham, this Brit.
At a certain age, you cease to exist. Cease to matter.
There's some British Isles hiding in your accent.
Obviously.
Sure.
is doing all of this, right? There was no
queen.
There was no queen. There was no parallels to the Revolutionary War, perhaps, or something. You know, we've got Jeremy Irons in there.
Yeah.
Like I am desperately trying to make a deeper meaning to any of this.
No.
Oh my God, the script was
Awful.
horrific,
Well, and so-
truly awful. The exposition dumps, the lazy writing,
yeah.
the awful dialogue between not humans.
Yeah.
I know. I'm an asshole.
Oh, so you like fires?
Yeah, today I do.
Good, because today's your lucky day. Because apparently your mother's house is on fire too, and some other shit. Let's go.
What?
Yeah. Shit's on fire, let's go.
This was truly awful. I wouldn't be surprised if the writer used AI at some point in the crafting process.
There was a lot of like, well, sure, that joke was there, but, or that line of dialogue was
there.
I understand, but that seems like a first draft situation, not a final product.
Yeah.
I don't know, a fucking beekeeper.
Makes honey and it fucks with beehives.
He fucks with beehives. What's he saying about bees?
I don't know, he said he was like protecting the hive or something.
Well, I mean, any dialogue that wasn't beekeeper.
Well, right.
Beekeeper, he's a beekeeper. He has to tend to the hives,
Hive
beekeeping. They never said drone.
No.
And I thought that was a failing.
This is the Beekeeper here on Camp Firewood Radio. I've got my drones working hard on a breakfast time rock live.
Like, it's so lazy. At some
Well,
point...
they only got through Beekeeper 101. You know, they didn't get...
Right.
And then it's also, though...
Right. The AI only
They only
knows so much.
They only scanned so much of the Wikipedia article
Of
about
course,
bees.
about bees.
Here's another interesting factoid.
Thank fuck. You know, I was getting sick of enjoying my peaceful thoughts.
Oh, when he said to be or not to be, and it was with no sense of irony.
To be or not to be? Isn't that the bloody question? I think I'll take to be.
I didn't even...
Yeah, I know. That's why it just flew right by you. It buzzed right on by you because it was that stupid. It didn't land at all.
At all.
Yeah, really
but also,
do
that's
it.
so dumb. Like, that is a joke. That is horrific dialogue.
Yeah. Wow. Horrific. But
Yeah.
then also all the other dialogue is just characters just blatantly explaining facts about the world they live in. At some point, so Josh Hutcherson's in this movie, and at some point he tells Jeremy Irons, I mean, you ran the CIA.
You're right.
That's way above my pay grade.
You literally ran the CIA and you're telling me you can't just find some guy in Massachusetts?
Well, and then...
That was the whole line of dialogue. And then at some point, that FBI woman
tells her, like, chief FBI person.
Founded and operated by Jessica Danforth, who recently stepped down because she was sworn in as president of the United States.
The president
of the United States, the current country you are residing in and are a citizen of.
Or the head of the FBI under.
She's the president.
Obviously.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I fucking know.
It was wild. Like, just like the
dumbest.
choices, the dumb. Nothing had motivation.
No.
Nothing made sense. The scenes weren't scenes. Nothing had connective tissue. Like, there's a whole big thing where Jeremy Irons is like, okay, this beekeeper's after you, Josh Hutcherson.
You're fucked.
You're fucked. We have to take you to your mom's house because her security is so tight, he would never try to break through that.
Get the Secret Service out of the house. I don't want them here. They're C-team, B-team at best. Tell them they can stay in the kitchen. Yes, sir.
And immediately once they get there, he's like, get the Secret Service out of here. They're terrible. They're B or C teams. They shouldn't even be in the house. Blah, 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 blah. I was like, well, then what's the fucking point of any of this?
Thank you. I thought the same thing.
And then it was like, What? Why? Why? What was that? What did that have to do with anything?
Anything.
Jeremy Irons couldn't even make his scene sing. Why was he there?
I don't know.
I mean, get that check. Do it. You got to pay off those taxes on that castle. But, wow. What a waste of Jeremy Irons. What a waste of Minnie Driver.
Yeah.
Just bummer.
Yeah. So I think you did touch on a thing earlier that I would like to go back to.
Okay, I'm excited.
I agree. Just watch the trailer. But that seems to be more and more of a thing these days, right? Where it's like, oh, I was so...
The marketing.
Titillated.
The shady marketing.
But it's not even that. It's that the concept for these films is the cocaine bear, right?
Right.
You're like, oh, that's hilarious. What a fun movie. And then you get to the movie and it's like, well, no,
that was as far as they got.
They were like, oh, what a great idea. Cut, print, there we go.
I think probably the same thing about Lisa Frankenstein. Great title. We've got a concept. I mean, it might have a little more going on because Diablo Cody wrote the screenplay.
Right.
But I don't have high hopes because it feels like it's kind of become even more simplified. Where, have you seen The Player, Robert Altman movie? So the whole thing is all making fun of Hollywood, blah, 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 blah. So it'll be like, it's this meets this.
Right. Like a gods must be crazy, except the Coke bottle's now a television actress.
Yeah, it's exactly right. It's Out of Africa meets Pretty Woman.
Like, that used to be the pitch, right?
Yeah.
Give me your,
of course,
your tagline, your elevator pitch, your... It's this movie and this movie combined.
So it's kind of a psychic political thriller comedy with a heart.
With a heart. And not unlike Ghost meets Manchurian Candidate.
Go on, I'm listening.
And now it's just, what's your title?
Right.
Yes,
you're right.
It's literally, it's not even two movie concepts.
Yeah.
It's like, well, two IPs stuck together, two words that adjectives that what are we doing? What's happening? The whole movie was written off of Beekeeper.
Right.
Wouldn't it be crazy? Who are naturally calm, have longevity, seem to be at peace and are helping the world.
Right.
Beekeepers. Let's smash cut it with action.
With Jason Statham. Imagine this. Felicia Rashad gets
talk about a
scammed.
waste of Felicia Rashad,
right, exactly.
too.
Yeah.
We haven't even talked about the acting. Holy shit. So this is directed by David... This is directed by David Ayer? I forget how to pronounce his last name. Who did End of Watch that everyone really liked but made me nauseous. And it was like a cop, gritty,
We'll talk about the cinematography in this.
And then he did Suicide Squad, famously, which, of course the studio did involve themselves with that, but maybe they had to, because this is bad.
Awful.
The acting was so terrible across the board. At first we meet Felicia Rashad's daughter, and I thought, wow, this woman cannot act.
I care. And I'm stubborn. And so help me God, I'm gonna get these motherfuckers who did this.
Yeah.
But then we keep meeting everyone else.
Yeah.
Everyone else is also terrible. So I'm starting to think it's
Minnie
his
Driver
fault.
did make it through
unscathed.
However, that's because she was only there for approximately 47 seconds.
On the
screen time.
phone.
Yeah.
She phoned in. There's two shining lights, and they are from a different movie. The second beekeeper woman that shows up, who is dressed like Jubilee and seems to be in a Blade Runner movie, shows up to be insane. It didn't make any sense. It wasn't really exciting, but it was out of nowhere and bizarre.
She
like,
kind
what
of
movie's
reminded
this?
me of what was that really weird movie that we watched where there was the fabulous bitch in the red coat and they were like in a dirigible or something.
What's a dirigible?
Like a blimp or like a...
Oh, I know what you're talking about. It's XXX, Return of Xander Cage, and Toni Collette was there, and she was like, I'm a boss bitch, and then she was talking about tornadoes.
We need someone who can move like them, fight like them. We need someone who can walk into a tornado and come out the other side like it was a damn gentle breeze. You think a dog knows how to work a frisbee? Master says fetch, and the bitch listens.
In the aircraft carrier thing with Nina Dobrev? No.
This was like Shadow in the Cloud type weird.
Well, I will say, okay, just so, because you brought it up, right? Okay, so I'm like sitting here at bated breath waiting for Roseanne Liang's like follow-up, right, to Shadow in the Cloud, because that movie is perfection and I'm obsessed with it, and it's what I want. Schlocky, over the top, insane, style for days, great soundtrack, coherent editing, insane things happen. It's terrible and great, right?
Yeah.
I'm waiting for that follow-up, and they gave David Ayer money to make this?
Right. Yeah, well.
After Suicide Squad?
Fair.
Give her a movie, that's all I'm saying. Just equal opportunity failures. Give her a chance to fail again.
What was that machine?
Oh, right, so anyway.
Immortal Engines?
Yep. Red Scarf?
Was it Red Scarf Lady? And they went off into the sky or something.
But at some point,
and she was a real badass, and they had a fight, and we were like, God, she's fucking fabulous. No?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
One of those real stylistic. Anyway,
Yeah.
she was giving me those vibes.
Sure.
Cha-cha-cha, but then she dies immediately.
Well, that was the thing. Every time someone came in to have any kind of breath of fresh air. Or excitement or color.
Crazy Scott guy who was
the yellow coat guy?
Yeah,
Oh my God. Obsessed with him.
Yeah.
He looks like Ron Perlman. His accent is South African via New Zealand Cockney?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't piss your pants, bro. My team will be our short team. If anyone can knock this guy's dick in the dirt, it's them. Ain't that right?
And some Scott in there, I really do think.
And some Scott.
Yeah.
Or Irish?
Or Irish?
It was so much. I am obsessed with him.
Yeah.
Give him more work.
He's my new, it's a...
He was very...
situation.
Not quite.
No.
I wish they had let him go even more.
Sure.
Taylor James.
Okay.
Bravo to you. You were a shining light in this very boring movie.
It's just James Taylor, but reversed. If you were calling roll. Taylor James?
Taylor James. James Taylor. Okay.
Present.
So I would like him to get more work.
Yeah.
That was a shining light.
Yeah.
But on a whole, I was yawning through this one. It was
boring.
I
was excited when I saw the trailer. I was like, this looks like it's going to be bad. I did not expect this movie to be good in any way, shape, or form. But I thought it would be fun, and it wasn't. I thought it'd be bad in a fun way.
Yeah.
Wow, that's bonkers.
Crazy.
That's so wild.
Well, it was also it felt very, tonally confused for sure. But very cruel.
Yes.
There was a cruelness to its rated R-ness. I know we're not supposed to care about his moral center, and he's basically just a Terminator, but
right.
I should, then that's what the daughter's counterpoint, that's what she should have been representing, right? She's trying to look out for somebody. Her character doesn't make any sense and it's stupid, but she should be the heart. If he's heartless or whatever.
But he's not. That was his whole thing, right?
That's what doesn't make any sense.
Do you know who you work for? And they're like, I don't fucking care. It's a paycheck, buddy. I'll be security for whoever because they pay me. And he's like, then you're going to die.
And it's why is that different from what he's doing? But whatever.
Well, what does matter to you?
Right and wrong.
Well, because he is right and wrong, but it's his moral compass, I guess. I don't know.
Well, the whole thing, it's the one thing he is emotional about is Felicia Rashad.
Right.
She was the only person who ever took care of me.
Because she's the only person that ever cared for him.
He tells us that, so we know that it's true,
yeah.
and we believe it, and we are really compelled by that statement. That's the whole statement.
Wait, there was no established... This movie is terrible. Honestly...
Let's stop talking about it.
I really think we should.
Okay, great. So, Beekeeper.
This is Artie Solomon here, alias the Beekeeper.
Did you know that he keeps bees, Andrew?
I keep bees.
Scenes ended, they began. Nothing happened.
Yeah.
It was a mess. It was terribly written. I really didn't like it. Worst movie of the year so far. Really, I know it's early, but so is Cocaine Bear. And I really, we're onto something here.
True.
They've truncated this meets this to just
this is the
adjective,
title.
Whatever.
And then they forget to put anything in the movie aside from that concept as the joke and the fun draw.
No, it feels like TikTok wrote it.
Yeah.
As a cumulative, sort of what are words that are trending right now?
Like Ratatouille, the TikTok musical. That was actually fun, though.
I don't know what that is.
They made a Ratatouille musical on TikTok. It was great.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Bonjour, Linguine. Welcome to hell. Colette will be responsible for teaching you how we do things here. Good luck. And don't duck all arrange it up.
Oh, we didn't talk about not Adam Brody.
Oh, you mean not Andrew Garfield?
Yeah.
Well, he was awful. I mean, the hackers they're in like a neon discotheque.
Right.
It looks like they're in
it's like they're
Drive.
in Soul Cycle, but it's for like
it is for hacking.
Yeah.
It's like, that is very bad.
All right, everybody, listen up. It's roll call times. I'm getting ready for my dick to get hard.
Oh, one more shining light.
Yeah.
His haute couture beekeeping outfit that looked like a fencing outfit, and it turned out it was a fencing outfit, but they put honeycomb on it, and it was like fabulous. And I was like, but where's this though? Like, where's him sword fighting in the middle of beehives exploding in this fabulous, honeycombed fencing outfit?
There was no imagination.
Not one bee sting.
No.
And I thought that was really a missed opportunity. They didn't want to engage with the bees. They just wanted to use the word beekeeper.
Yeah.
A beekeeper? Beekeeping for beekeepers.
Yeah, beekeeper. You're right. Why not have a fun backdrop set piece?
If it's gonna be
of,
stupid, have him have
beehives and a swarm, and but he knows them. Maybe they're in tune or whatever.
Yeah, they buzz around him because honestly, this should be starring a woman, and she should be the queen, and it's so fucking stupid. But also,
but Helen Mirren as the queen.
The fact that he never said "God save the Queen," there were so many things that were there that I was like, maybe it could have been something, but it just was not interested in any of it.
It was lazy.
Yeah.
Really lazy.
Well, cheers to bees.
Yeah.
And support your local bees. And save the bees.
Yes.
And invest in bees. And buy local honey. It's great for your allergies.
Yeah.
And do what we can.
Yeah, and skip this movie.
For the bees!
For the bees!
Oh, no, not the bees! Not the bees! Ah! Oh, my eyes! My eyes! Ah! This is the fucking Beekeeper!